Yeah, that's a bit bigger than I thought it was. That's going to have to go over the garage roof.
Say cheese, John, you're on camera. Ah, dearie me. It looks tiny on the screen. No one's going to appreciate that. He's been stockpiling. Everything for the next build is pretty much here and ready to go. Welcome back to Ultra Koi. So today is the exciting video for me. We are going to be starting the next top secret new grow on build, which I've been planning since back end of last year, and getting all the pieces together. So we're going to have a good long look at that. Within this video there is also a giveaway for some fish food, so again make sure you watch, find that segment and get the right comment in there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, etc. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on to today's subject. So probably about time I shared what my dream is, or my vision is, with all of this. Obviously I've got a lot of grow on ponds, a lot of things that I'm doing that probably in the grand scheme of things don't make the biggest sense when I don't have a pond to transfer the finished articles to. However, it is one of my pipe dreams, and it is one of them lofty pipe dreams, to be able to breed my own koi and win a show with something that I've bred. So to do that, I've got to have some decent parent sets. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just go through and establish some decent parent sets through stuff that I get. But obviously what I am struggling with is room. So I need another tub to be able to transfer either some of the bigger ones in or start the fry this year. Not sure what I'm going to do, but just so I've got more capacity. This isn't about me buying more fish. This is about me being able to continue to do what I've got with what I've got. So anyway, there are fish in here. I've literally just fed them and I've scared them off. So this is just getting up and running for the fry comp again. But yeah, let's get on with it. Let's show you what we're up to. So this glorious jumble of boxes that you can see and gear is everything that I have managed to pull together for the next build in the tub for yet another grow on. This grow on is going to be about 5,000 litres in total, 4,500 in the actual pond itself, and then the rest 500 made up of the filtration. It's going to be based on an ultra sieve, some DIY mechanical, and a nice big backy shower. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, so diving into my box of goodies, what Eco Filtration have actually done is they have sent me their new version of their subair bottom drain. It's not quite ready yet. Probably by the time this goes up it may be on the website, but basically this is their answer to a spin drifter at half the price, because 200 and whatever quid for a bottom drain seems ridiculous. And if you want the benefits of the hard line UPVC, then that's pretty much what you have to do. So this is a first look at it. I haven't looked at this myself yet, so this is the first time I'm seeing it. Yeah, it's your standard bottom drain, but it's got the fixings for your airline to be controlled through this. So we'll have a good look at it. And then I believe when it's ready for production for sale, you will get a rubber diffuser that goes on top of it as the dome, I believe itself. Maybe wrong, it's a little bit unclear in terms of, obviously it's not ready, it's not boxed, no instructions, etc., because it is brand new. They're still sorting out a few bits, but yeah, quite excited about seeing this. Nice to have another option. There's all the fittings there. I will work out what it is we've got, what we need, and spruce from the plate. But the first thing I've got to do is I've got to get this into the hole correct size, etc., and then fitted to the bottom of the tank. So that's where I'm going to be focusing. But yeah, I think I've got underneath. There you go. That's the dome that I've got to go on top of it this time. I think it's going to be bigger than this one, I remember Sam saying, so I'll double check some of those details. But yeah, where we're up to. Carrying on through the rest of my box. Having checked everything's in here that I needed so far. It should be. I ordered it, so I never normally have a problem. Some bends, some rubber connectors, and then a plethora of goods under there. But yeah, we will take that apart properly. Alright, so just open up the bottom drain box. So there you go. You've got your rigid air line, which can go underground, nice and strong. I'll try and show you that a bit better. Believe it or not, I am giving that the hardest of my grip, as you can tell by my nails and fingers going red. You can barely move it, so that's good. That's nice and strong. Fine to set that in whatever you want in terms of your bottom drain. So that's the airline feed to it. And like I said, I believe, and I will stand corrected on this, the actual production version will have a bigger diffuser on it. So in terms of the rubber, it'll be slightly bigger than this one. But so this one is, I'm getting confused because the box obviously isn't ready. I'm going to put you down for 2 secs. There we go. So there you go. There's the top of your air dome. So you've got the same one that I showed you, but I believe, and I will double check with Sam, you get a bigger one on the actual production unit because they're still making those. But there you go. You've got your fitting for it underneath. So this is nice quality. This isn't, you know, I've used the diffuser, the one that I've got on the floor over there that I just showed you, for a long time. Good bits of kit, nice fine air bubbles. Obviously the whole point of having air on your bottom drain, can't confess it's probably great, not great, it's the wrong word. It's not probably the ideal situation for the fish depending on the size and shape of your pond, but in terms of dragging that water column up, so the air comes up and the water sucks in and down, so you're trying to get that constant flow within the pond to make sure that you're getting all the crap fed through to your filter. That's the whole point of them. I know there's some people say the flow is not great for the fish, but I think people are split on that. That's pretty much where you sit. I've used lots of various different ways, can't have a claim to see any difference. It obviously doesn't give you the cross-directional flow for fish to swim in, it's more of an up and down, but yeah, I don't know how you'd ever prove that, if I'm perfectly honest, unless someone set up 2 tanks and side by side grew fish and had one with the upflow, one with the directional flow, and see which one grew greater muscle, greater power. So anyway, right, enough waffle about that. That's where we're at. Let me pop that back. So I've got everything I need to get on with it, including the fittings. Let me get on with it. Right, got it all out properly so you can see all in one hit. As I said, I am literally doing this in the middle of trying to build at the same time, dig. All hands on pump. Anyway, so this is your sub-air bottom drain. This is the new and improved version. So again, I've said this before, one of the reasons I like eco filtrations, one of the many actually, and I'll go on some of those later, is that they constantly try and find better ways of doing stuff or improving what they've got. They listen to customers. So their last version of the sub-air was very popular, but some people said they weren't comfortable with having flexi hose, non-rigid hose underground, because if there's anything wrong with it, obviously you've concreted in, you can't do anything with it. So that's where they've come back. They've redesigned the system. As you can see, you've got an air fitting on there, got the air fitting on the side here, which will accept the rigid type of hose. It's still got a bit of flex to it, but it's rigid, so it's a lot stronger. They had 0 instances of problems on the old one, but because customers fed back, they've gone back to the drawing board and they've done this one instead. So very lucky to have, like I said, the first prototype of it before it goes on sale. They've not done the labels or the packaging or anything yet. And as I said, the final version of it will be getting a different dome, I believe. But yeah, so standard in that sense, all nice and strong, nice rigid fittings, nice threaded fitting there for your air dome to receive its air, its oxygen. And then the key bit is the way that we've now got this fitting on here. So you've got the rigid airline. There is your rigid airline. You get your bag of air fittings, and this is what I've got to sit and work out very quickly, because I haven't fitted a spin drifter before, I haven't fitted this type of bottom drain before, I've never had an air one in there, so it's a first for me. So I've got to sit and work out these, and obviously I don't have any instructions because they haven't done them yet. But I'll work it out, and if I don't, I'll send a very sorry email Monday morning saying I've buggered it up. Nah, so I'm sure I won't. It's not that difficult. These look like standard speed fit fittings, to be fair, that you can use in your pneumatic stuff. So I'll get a piece of pipe from here to here, and then obviously feed from here to your air pump underground. But I need to do that all before I put it in situ, obviously. So that's what I'm going to be working out. But yeah, good bit of kit. It looks like it's, I mean, I love these domes. Like I said, I've already used, I've got good experience with these. This dome itself obviously does work on the ozone as well, which is brilliant. Although that said, I need to do some research into these pipes for ozone, but that's a different matter. This is obviously just a pure of oxygen to your bottom drain to give you that updraft, to suck more in, more flow towards your bottom drain. But flange plate, screws, all your standard stuff. When it comes to bottom drain, obviously Eco Filtration make most of the bottom drains on the market anyway, so tried and tested in that sense. Anyway, enough waffle. Let me actually crack on and get this fitted, because I look like I've got black clouds outside and I'm going to run out of day. So just showing you how this goes together, because I am ready to go outside and get this all in. You have to feed your hard line in from the outside. It goes through both the fittings, so it's got 2 fittings holding it. Now, when you get it, if you are sodding about with it, and Sam gave me plenty of warning about this, do not put it in until you're ready to install or you're ready to crack on. Because once it's in, it's very difficult to remove. It's got 2 speed fit barbed fittings, and then you need a special tool. There's only one way of removing them without breaking anything. So once it's in, it's locked in tight. Like, you can, nope, that is not coming out. So you keep all this lined up, job done. So I'm just literally going to keep feeding this through into the second speed fit fitting. The job's a good one. Okay guys, so it is giveaway time. So Eco Filtration in my last order, they included these 2 bags of food, and I thought I'd do a giveaway. So happy to do that on the channel. So if you want to be with a chance to win the dried Tanusi river shrimps and then try some of their Booster Plus floating pellets, then you just need to put a comment down below. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and put down the bottom hashtag fish food, and I will pick a winner at random using the generator when everyone's got their entry in. So here you go guys, the river shrimp, good. I know a lot of people feel these are treats, are high protein, great one during the summer if you feel can cope with it. So, you know, I'd like to have a bag myself. So, but they are, as I said, for one lucky winner. You got a 2 kilo bag of the pellets and you got a 450 gram bag of the river shrimp. So get that comment below guys. It's a good chance, just while we're talking about Eco Filtration and obviously the giveaway that they've kindly provided for us, just to sort of reference what it is I do actually like about the company, the site, etc. So I've mentioned obviously about the bottom drain and other products before, that they've got this thing about just continuously improving stuff, not standing still, which I like. They take customer feedback, which I think is absolutely massive in this game. They don't pretend that they have every single answer, and they listen to their customers. But also the website. If you are trying to do a new build like I'm currently doing, and you've got all sorts of manner of second-hand gear, you've got bits of old pipe work. Some people have used pressure pipe before because that's what you're led to believe you need to use because it's thicker, but you're trying to keep the cost down. They've got a nice conversion chart on the website for all of the different sizes that you are going to come across. So that 56mm actually is 2-inch domestic waste pipe, for example. And you can actually go and spec and build out your system a lot cheaper than what you're normally going to do. So absolutely love the ability to do that, and they have got some weird and wonderful fittings. I've said this before, threaded fittings with solvent weld on them, so that you can get from one piece of equipment to another without breaking the bank. I mean, it springs to mind 2 things. I replaced the valves on my Easy Pods, and I paid £1.50 for the adapter with a thread one side, solvent weld the other, so I could fit a ball valve nice and easily. Another one that springs to mind, I think it was £2 the threaded adapter for the heat pumps that I bought. Again, threaded BSP thread one side, solvent weld the other. So a couple of quid here and there, it just saves you so much time and effort and faffing about, and you can genuinely get a decent leak-free run. So this isn't the case they've paid me to say this. This isn't what this is. This is just me telling you something that I do use a lot and I do value highly, and it's good to have something available to us in the hobby that does cater for this side of it, so you're not always led down the garden path of having to have the most expensive and thickest material that's on offer. If that's your bag, that's what you want to do, fantastic, you do that. Nothing wrong with it. But if you are a little bit more trying to do things better value, then Eco Filtration is the place for you. So anyway, like I said, hashtag koi food in the comments, and we'll get these out to someone soon.
Okay, so this is the tub that we're talking about. The bottom drain's going to be going on. So I've got to get this vegetable patch as it was cleared out and get this sunk into the ground a bit and then start building around it. But it had to come over the roof, which was great fun. But yeah, so move the blocks out of the way. There's quite a bit around the edges, etc. Concrete I've got to smash up, and if you look around the back as well, there's that wood from the former on the garage, etc. So I need to move all that out and around. Clear the soil out, dig down. I'll try and go at least a foot down if I can, maybe a little bit more, so I can sink it in, and then I can get on with actually sorting out the pipework, etc. And then what I'm going to do around it in terms of I'm going to try and build a platform around this, and obviously then the filtration will be down the side. So that's the plan. You can see it's quite a bit to move. I've got a tree stuck down the side as well, which is an absolute pain in the backside. But yeah, let's get on. Right, that is where we're up to for this one. So you can see most of the blocks out down to the level. Now I can start digging down. So that will be continued next time when I get the bottom drain in and then hopefully get the tub back in. So yeah, as ever guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like, and if you're not already, please subscribe. Until next time.